Hey dude, why don't you like go out tonight and do something? You have like the whole night to yourself.
Like what? I've already worked out today and I don't want to go to some random party just that way I can hook up with some average girl.
Okay, fine, that's like cool or whatever, but like why don't you go out to get like something to eat, man? I mean, you spend all night freaking eating ramen. Why don't you go out to dinner or something?
If I do that, will you leave me alone?
Okay, you know what? Fine, man. Forget about it, okay? Stay in your room, go on your laptop, and spend the entire night freaking surfing YouTube and rewatching the same old videos, man. Forget I said anything. I spend a lot of time by myself. I've already talked about before how I spend time alone, but there are these little spurts of moments when I do go outside. Besides going outside to work out or go to work, I'll sometimes eat by myself. I don't know why, but there's always been some unique aesthetic to eating by myself. I don't know if it's because it makes me feel like a loner movie character, insert some random Ryan Gosling meme right here, but overall it does feel like I'm in a movie where Ryan Gosling or Jake Gyllenhaal would play me. Honestly, in a lot of ways, I do prefer going out to eat by myself rather than eating with other people. I sometimes will observe other people and see what their lives are like. You see the mom and the dad drink the night away while their kids run all over the place and the waiters get to play babysitter. The group of girls who are all agreeing that since they're on vacation that it doesn't matter if they cheat. Or the group of guys who are trying to hype up their one buddy to go over and talk to those girls. I don't know, maybe I think too much about these things, but even I like to think what others' lives may be like. Maybe the businessman who's frantically trying to rush across town because he's worried about getting fired, or the couple that's awfully suspicious because the man's wearing a wedding ring and the woman isn't.
So I didn't feel like filming another green screen video again today, so I decided I'm gonna film myself at a restaurant and talk to the camera while I eat, and the server's probably gonna think that I'm weird as
Man, I really hope y'all can hear me through the music right now for me to deal with the regular interactions with people. Just a couple minutes right now. Insert some literally me meme right here. I'm about to be 20 years old and I feel like I should be with a group of friends or a girl right now. But honestly, I know it sounds really strange, but I know that if I was to start hanging out with groups of people every single night, that the exact same thing would happen to me that happens to the majority of other people. One drunken night turns into 2, turns into 3, and before you know it, I'll be 30 and wondering where my life went wrong. I'll be 265 pounds, I'll try to drop down to 195, and instead of that, I'll just hit 255. I'll marry my coworker who seems really uninterested in me, and before you know it, I'm retiring at 60, hoping I can live out the rest of my life on 250K. At that point, I'm just gonna be hoping that my wife still loves me, that my son isn't a criminal, or if I have a daughter, that she doesn't just start an OnlyFans.
Ever since my last real relationship, I've been off put from having regular interactions with people. Maybe there's some 30-year-old watching this who can explain in the comments why this is. I've been told I'm good looking, but part of me just thinks that it's just people trying to make me feel better. Because those same people will tell a 300-pound dude with pimples and a neck beard that he's just as handsome as Timothy Chalamet. Honestly, I felt like a Kevin Amarillo character at times, in the sense that there are girls hitting on me, but either I don't notice or I'm too awkward to do anything about it. But honestly, it just feels better to eat on my own. So many of us feel like if we are by ourselves, then we are somehow bad or weirdos, even though there's nothing inherently wrong with it. Remember in middle school when you would bring your own lunch and you would feel embarrassed? Why? You were doing nothing wrong. You're just doing something that is not conventional and yet you're sweating the entire time. I don't know why, but being alone surrounded by people is sad for some, but there's always been some weird aesthetic about it to me. I can't explain it. We have so many people crying on social media about how lonely they are, we never stop to think about how it is to be happy and alone. But even those same people who are in the 1% will still pine for a relationship, and honestly, I include myself in that. I found this meme the other day about the 30-year-old doomer, and the fact that I'm 20 and I'm at this point I think is good for me. The biggest thing for me is being comfortable with being alone. Now granted, I can get around this by working all the time, but still, this is a good sign for most people. I could repeat for the 1,000th time about being okay with being alone, but at that point, I might as well just put on Blade Runner 2049. A movie for any true loner. God, it seems like Ryan Gosling plays a lot of loners. Anyway, it's not the point though. I do wonder though if there are other people that feel like this. Do you feel better eating dinner by yourself? Moreover, do you enjoy eating by yourself? Or do you feel like you're in a bubble or something? Not one of like intellectual dishonesty, but one of being like a third person perspective on everyone else. I mean, truly, I don't know, because maybe technically someone's watching this while they eat. But to sum up, I like eating by myself.